Was one of those days, went out, did some yard work, and I swear, in 20 minutes, I was a puddle.
Yeah.
And then I get in the car and go do some errands, and I pass people running.
Yeah, you
in
said
this
that
heat.
the other day too, where there's people running out in the heat.
How did they do that?
More power to you.
No
Just
kidding.
Stay hydrated though, y'all.
Yeah, be very careful. I wanted to stop and find some water and give it to them, but I didn't.
As long as you're not throwing it out the car
Yeah,
window at them.
don't throw it at them.
Please
No, no,
don't
no.
do that. That would not end well for
No,
anyone.
But I feel for those folks, and if you're that healthy, again, more
Good
power
job.
to you. Yeah, good job.
Definitely. I would recommend running in the morning. It's going to be a lot cooler. There's also going to be a lot more cars on the road earlier. We've got school starting for a handful of districts tomorrow, including CCISD. So that is kicking off strong tomorrow, as well as more local ISDs joining them throughout the rest of this week. Right now, we're sitting in the 80s here in Corpus Christi. We did have a couple of showers moving inland earlier this evening, but overall, it's been pretty quiet today, thankfully. Now, heading into the rest of our evening, we're going to see some clouds build in, as well as a little fog, like I mentioned earlier, but otherwise a pretty quiet night. We're starting off in the upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow. Now, where we end up is still going to be in the upper 90s, but we're going to see a little bit more activity as the sea breeze pushes in tomorrow, and that's thanks to a little piece of energy rotating around an area of high pressure. I'll show you all that in a second, as well as the copious amounts of moisture we currently have and can feel the humidity in the coastal bend. So Tuesday, the next day of school, still a very similar forecast in the morning, a very similar forecast in the afternoon regarding temperatures, but slightly higher rain chances. We've got a widely scattered to scattered rain chance for each afternoon. However, again, it's still going to be quite hot. So remember, whenever the temperature is pretty warm, pretty much anytime above 90 degrees, concrete and asphalt are getting very, very hot. So make sure you're keeping your students safe and hydrated as they are doing recess throughout the afternoon, especially the 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock hours. It's going to be very, very hot outside, and for that reason, that's why I said go do your runs in the morning and have those shorter recess breaks for now. Over the next several days, like I said, more school districts joining CCISD. Back to school each and every day, still feeling well like we are in summer with those afternoons in the high 90s. However, we are heading into the end of August as we head into the next couple of days and weeks. So it feels like temperatures every single day going to be in the 110s. It's going to be very, very hot with high temperatures increasing throughout the rest of the week and into next weekend, flirting with the triple-digit mark here in Corpus Christi. That's all thanks to high pressure, not necessarily this one. There's going to be another one that comes and builds in, but this is the one I mentioned, that piece of energy rotating around it. It's going right over the coastal bend, so that combined with all of the moisture in our atmosphere, that's what's going to help boost our rain chances and give us that enhanced sea breeze. So that's going to help with our rain chances. A 30 to 40% chance, a little optimistic there, but we are going to continue to see those rain chances drop heading into the second half of the week. That's as the next high pressure builds in, and we're going to see some flow from the eastern side of it. That sinking air in the atmosphere, it squishes our rain chances and it takes away a lot of the cloud cover for us. The other thing that I want to point out heading into next week is this little nugget out here that could potentially become our next tropical system. So right now we've got potential tropical cyclone number 5 in the Atlantic. That just means that the Hurricane Center can start issuing forecast products on this. Right now, it doesn't have a very good center of circulation. It's got winds about 30 miles per hour, but they are forecasting this to become our next named storm. You can already see tropical storm watches posted for the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, and expected to become Ernesto as soon as it does get a name, and expected to become our next hurricane of the season. However, that is something for us to completely watch and not worry about here in Texas. What we're worried about is this heat. It is going to get hot here over the next several days. Back to school tomorrow, but again, like I said, it's still feeling like summer, so make sure you're sending the kiddos with a water bottle that they can refill.
And you've been pointing out the last couple of days the fact that that high pressure you keep talking about is keeping us from having to deal with some of that tropical weather.
It goes goodbye and shoos it on over to the Atlantic.
So just remember that when you're sweating outside tomorrow,
it's
right?
the trade-off that it's the price we pay.